Ryan Garcia, Devin, Haney. Hey guys, how are you? My name is Bill. Nice to meet you. Come, let me talk to you. Why are we retiring at the age of 25? Tell me why. It doesn't make sense. Guys, I'm clearly agitated. I saw this news and my first instinct was to make a touchline video out of it. So if you're new here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment down below. And let's get straight to the nitty gritty of this thing. Now, Ryan Garcia went on Twitter, or X as they call it now, and said, "You may catch me out and about, but as far as boxing, I don't know. There's so much corruption, I'm over it. I may do acting or singing. I like to see how that turns out. I'll still be training, but I'm hurt and done with it, and everyone. The sad part is I'm a great boxer and I entertain and knock people out. I'm sad because I love boxing, praying for everyone and blah, 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 and I have a great life." And then he went on to say, he stopped betting around the bush and went on to say, "I'm officially retired" on Twitter. So there you go. He's officially retired. Garcia's retired. So you can see this one or two ways. You can see this as Garcia trolling the internet as he usually does, and you know, saying he's retired when he really isn't. Or you can see this from the other perspective. You can see this as Garcia jumping the gun, before the New York State Athletic Commission makes a judgment on his career, whether he's guilty of drug use or not. You can see this as him jumping the gun on his own career and making a judgment on his own terms. I personally see it that way. I don't think Garcia is trolling with these tweets. So look, with that whole scandal thing, I know I'm going to digress a bit when I say the A sample came back positive, the B sample came back positive, but the hair sample came back negative. Now, what does that mean? That just shows that there wasn't enough ostarine, which is the banned substance, in his body to play enough of an effect in the fight to garner an advantage for Garcia against Devin Haney. So, look, that's what his attorneys and Garcia's team is holding on with that whole hair sample coming back negative, and with the whole idea that there might have been a cross-contamination with the supplements he was taking. So this is, I think they proved it to be right. I think there was a name to the supplement he was taking that had ostarine. It's somewhere in this article. The ostarine was detected in NutraBio Super Carb Raspberry Lemonade and Strawberry Flavored Body Health Perfect Amino. So there you go. It was detected with the supplements he was taking. So whether he was intentionally taking it or not, the New York State Athletic Commission doesn't care. There's consequences, with those tests coming back positive. So they're going to make a judgment there. So back to my point, he's jumping the gun. He's making his own judgment. He's trying to, go from the sport on his own terms. So that's it from Ryan Garcia. So you can justify as to why he said he's retiring. But in Devin Haney's case, now let's talk about Devin Haney. Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father, said, Bill Haney, blah, 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 told ESPN his son will not negotiate any fight until Garcia's doping case has been heard, ruled upon, and Haney's professional record updated accordingly. Although the most likely result for the champion will be a no contest, he has previously said to be pushing for a DQ for Garcia, thus adding another win to his campaign. So that's Bill Haney, Devin Haney's father. So what does Devin Haney have to say about this? Now, Devin Haney says, I think this was on Twitter or Instagram, "I will travel the world and I'll be back in 2 years after Ryan's suspension, and then we can fight again." Look, I've got a big issue with Devin Haney. Why? He's a great fighter, man. You're only defined by your losses. A true champion is defined by their losses. Haney, once upon a time, was a boogeyman in the division. Nobody wanted to fight him. They called him the next coming of Mayweather. So he had a lot going for him. And just, all right, we get it. You got battered against Garcia, and I know a lot of fans are saying Garcia battered him into retirement. But look, man, I think this is a cop-out for Haney. He arguably lost against Lomachenko. There was scrutiny there, on his career already prior to the Garcia fight. Who knows? Maybe in 2 years' time, Devin Haney isn't as good as he is today. 2 years' time, that'll be 2026. Who knows? Maybe there's another boogeyman in the division in 2026 that has taken Devin Haney's spot. Boxing is an unforgiving sport, whether in the ring or outside the ring. Now, Eddie Hearn tried to offer him a fight, Devin Haney, so this is what sparked the comment he made. So he wanted him to fight his mandatory in Sandor Martin for the WBC super lightweight belt, but Haney thought there wasn't enough money in the fight for him to actually give it a go. So that's why he made that comment. The bid was $2.4 million. He didn't like it, so he said he wants to wait for Ryan Garcia. So yeah, as to my points, this only hurts Haney more than it hurts Garcia. It's like he's bending himself in a way with Garcia. So look, who knows what's going to come out of this, Hopefully he's trolling. Hopefully it is the case, because I really like to watch Haney. I know a lot of people don't like to watch Devin Haney fight because, he likes to, He's a counter puncher. He's a boring fighter. He's a defensive fighter. But I like to watch Haney. He's a great fighter. You know, those 2 times against Cambosis basically battered him. But that just shows, man, like, I'm going to digress again. That just shows boxing is a whole different sport to UFC. You know, you wouldn't see this in UFC. For example, Dustin Poirier got knocked out clean against Justin Gaethje, came back in his next fight, you know, defeated Benoit Saint Denis, and then look, he lost against Islam Makhachev. It is what it was, but he was still contracted to fight. See, that's the problem. That's the difference between boxing and UFC and MMA. You know, they're contracted to fight. They have to fight. You know, they sign big contracts. And look, they're willing to take the fights following big defeats. With boxing, there's a lot of politics. A lot of promoters get in the way. A lot of promoters get into the fighters' heads. And that's why we don't get those big fights. That's why Saudi Arabia are putting all the big fights now, because there's a lot of politics in boxing. Everyone's greedy. And that's why, again, Saudi Arabia is putting on those big fights because they got money. This whole situation, I see Devin Haney as a sore loser. It really, in my opinion, has ruined his reputation. Like, I see Devin Haney now as a sore loser. Like, oh, I don't want to fight anyone else until the fight gets overturned and my record gets changed. Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Be a true champion, fight your mandatories, and build yourself back up. Build your career back up. Come on, bro. That's what true champions are made of, man. And this is, you might think this is helping your brand and helping your career, but it's only putting a stain on it, to be honest. But it is what it is. Again, boxing politics. Boxers are like that these days. I love boxing, but they really need to shy away from these types of stories and types of scenarios, because this is why people are going to MMA, going to UFC, watching that, you know, putting that over boxing. To be honest, that is the reason. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this whole situation, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. And look, I voiced my opinions. I feel like I got a weight lifted off my shoulder now. I just had to get it all out of my system. So guys, if you're new here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next controversial topic.